Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Garrett DJ Deuce with another pickups video. This video is going to cover a special delivery from Hawaii. This box to my left, which is your right, came from my uncle on my dad's side, and I'll get to that story in a bit. It will also cover a local trade that I did for some boxes that I needed, so very happy with that, plus some pickups that I did throughout the week. So let's start off with the special delivery from Hawaii. So the story behind this is, a couple of weeks ago, my wife was on Facebook, and she saw my uncle post something about video games. Basically, my uncle said, found some old video games that I used to play, thinking about selling them on Craigslist. So I immediately called him, and it's a 4-hour difference between here and Hawaii, and so he just got off of work. And I said, Uncle, what'd you find those games? He was like, well, you know, I'm moving to another apartment, so I was going through some stuff, and I found your dad and I's old games. And I was like, really? So these games that I'm about to show you, my uncle and my dad used to play, and then they kind of traded them back and forth, and what I got was stuff that they didn't play that much. But the backstory behind my dad and I is he left when I was 2 years old. So when he left, I had no memories of him. I don't remember a thing about him, but I saw pictures that my mom used to have that, you know, had my dad in it. So, you know, but I don't remember anything. So I know that he was there, but I don't remember. Anyhow, long story short, these games still hold a lot of value to me, especially since I didn't have any memories of him growing up. So in a sense, this is kind of an indirect way of, you know, making new memories with him. So let's get on with the games. So we'll start off with Geist for the GameCube. My uncle actually owned this, so that's his, but he rarely played it. And these are games that they rarely play, so these are all in like really good condition. Next up, we have Resident Evil 4, the player's choice, and this is factory sealed. In the picture, it didn't look sealed, but when I got it and opened the box, I was shocked that this was factory sealed, so that I'm definitely keeping that as well. My uncle also had Xenogears for the PlayStation 1. Never played this. The discs are like immaculate. Everything is just in crisp shape, as if it was just like bought. I mean, the case has no cracks, no scratches, no shelfware, nothing. So I'm assuming that he just packed these up for many, many years and then just rediscovered it when he was basically unpacking stuff to kind of like declutter, because he's moving. My uncle's moving to another apartment in Hawaii, so... and he also said he has more stuff. So, and once he finds all those things, he'll pass them on to me. I can't find the note that he had. He left me a note in this box, saying that if he found some more, he'd send me pictures and just send them to me. Anyways, let's get on with it. We have Bomberman for the regular Nintendo, and my dad actually owned this, so that's special. As well as The Legend of Zelda for the NES. It's not as clean as these other carts that I'm about to show you, but just to hold something that my dad, you know, used to play is just awesome. I just can't explain it. But I'm definitely keeping this. I already have it, but definitely keeping it. All right, so on to the good stuff. So what I have here is the complete Mega Man series. Some of these belong to my dad. I don't remember which ones, and some of them belong to my uncle. And these are all in like awesome shape. These look like they've never been played. I'm surprised that my uncle didn't have the boxes for these, because he has some boxes for some other things I'm about to show you. But anyhow, these are all keepers as well. We got the Mega Man 1, 2, and that also has a Toys and Joy sticker on it for $8. Back in 1998, so I'm going to go do some research and see if that was a store on Oahu. But the label is impeccable. It's clean. I'm probably going to leave that price tag on there as well. But that's Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, and Mega Man 6. These labels are just awesome. They're glossy still, no scratches. Alright, next up, we got Super Bomberman for the Super Nintendo. I already have this, but I'm not giving up my duplicate box, and I'm definitely not giving this up. This actually belonged to my dad. He's a big Bomberman fan, apparently. I never knew that. So he had Bomberman 1 and Super Bomberman 2. It's all complete. It's all in there. This box is in pretty decent shape, probably 9 out of 10 condition. The manuals, the cart is just so clean, like it's never been played. So very, very awesome to have this, especially since it belonged to my dad. Next up, oh, here's a note. It says, "Here you go, Garrett. I hope all is intact. Have fun. If I find more hiding somewhere, I'll send you photos. Take care and stay warm. Your Uncle Galen." So keeping that as well, because that's, to me, that's special. Alright, so next up we got Mega Man X and Mega Man X2. The label on this one is torn in the back, but I don't care. These are from my family, I'm keeping them. The label on that one, the back label on that one is fine. This one's slightly yellowed, I guess, at the top, but I don't care. It's all family. Then finally, Mega Man 7. This is what caught my eye when my wife told me that your uncle is trying to sell some games on Craigslist. I wasn't sure if this was complete, but it is actually 100% complete. The box is in awesome shape, like rarely any shelfware at all. And I'm not sure who this belonged to. I should probably ask my uncle, but I'm thinking it's probably my uncle. The manual has a slight crease at the top, but still very happy that that came in the manual, with the manual. And look at that label. It's like this has never been played at all. I mean, it's glossy in the front, the back label's intact, the top label's intact. I mean, this game I think is like $600, I think. But like I said, this is not leaving my collection. I did not have this, so this is an awesome, awesome addition to the collection, along with all those Mega Mans. I mean, I had a couple Mega Mans, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, but nothing beats any Mega Man game that was owned by my uncle or my dad. So I'll deal with that later. So that's pretty much it for the special Hawaii pickup. Alright, next up I'm going to stand up for this next one. So a local collector sent me some pictures of some things that he didn't need, didn't want. He bought something that was broken and didn't work. So the box that it came in is useless. So I asked him what he wanted. He said, "I just want $100 in trade." So there was a couple titles that I picked up this week that went into that trade pile, but I have footage of it anyways. As well as a couple of obscure PS2 titles and some GameCube titles. So all in all, it was about $100 worth of stuff, and in return he gave me a bunch of arcade cabinet marquees. So we'll start with Rampage, Turtles in Time, Operation Wolf 3, Killer Instinct 2, Tekken Tag Tournament, and finally, The Pit. So this one is the only one that's plastic, and then the other ones are just kind of like this, vinyl type of finish. So I'm not sure if those are reprints or not. I'll have to do some research, but still, I have a main cabinet, so this is going to be awesome to switch out the marquee on top of that one. So, like that. And then, I got, he just threw this in for free. It's the Dominator. I believe this is for the Sega Genesis. I'm not really sure. I'll have to take a look and do some research. The receiver is missing, but he tossed it in for free. As well as these, which were also free. Some old game. It's a Tomy game. It's called Catch a Caterpillar. And then we have, still mint on the card, an Atari Centipede electronic game. I think this is from 2012. So he threw that in for free. But he also threw in Super Smash Brothers. Well, this is actually part of the trade. Just the box only. It comes with the manual. And there's no inner tray because it's one of those slide-in ones. It's one of those slide-in cardboard boxes. But I don't have this box, so I'm glad to get this. There's a couple more boxes that I need to get for my loose carts. These are also just box only. There's no tray, no manuals, and this is Pokemon Red and Yellow. And the boxes are in really, really awesome shape. This is what made the trade worth the while. I already have this, but mine was in pretty bad shape. Mine had a slight bend and obvious shelf wear. But this is the box for the NES control deck. It's the top loader. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks brand new. And literally everything in it was brand new, but the top loader didn't work. So he had no use for, the rest of everything. So that's the front of the box, the top, the bottom. I mean, everything's just in crisp condition, no shelf wear. Unfortunately, the proof of purchase tag was torn off, so that's, obviously not there. But the cardboard, clean. The dog bone controller, which he threw in, still in the plastic. It still has all the little plastic inserts, baggies, excuse me, and that's a baggie for the top loader. And, of course, all the inserts like the control deck manual, just the consumer information booklet, the poster, and I think this is an advert for Nintendo Power magazine, so that's still intact. Just an awesome box to have in the collection. I have the top loader, like I said, in a box that's not so pretty. I'd say that one was like 7 out of 10 condition, if anything. This one is like in almost 10 of 10 condition. So very happy to get that. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the rest of the pickups. Alright, so what we have here are some Goodwill pickups. I got sent to a client site, which is about a block away from this Goodwill, so I swung by to see if they had anything, and sure enough, found some pretty good Genesis titles and a PS1 title. And I paid $2.99 each for these. And these are all complete except for that one. That one's missing the front cover artwork. But we've got Streets of Rage, Alex Kidd, Cyberball, Super Street Fighter 2, and Sega Forgotten Worlds. Like I said, this is just the game and manual. We have also got Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And finally, this was $5.99. It's a Mighty Mouse, or is it yeah, it's a Magic Mouse. So it's in pretty good shape. I paid $5.99 for this. This I'm gonna sell to pay off the entire lot. So always helps to find some non-game related stuff to flip so that whatever you pick up is free. Alright, so what you're staring at right now are some pawn shop pickups. I paid $1 per game. So some pretty decent titles. Cherry-picked pretty much the decent ones and left all the sports games. So let's start off with Phantasy Star Portable, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, NFL Street 3, Miami Vice, The Sims 2 Pets, 2 copies of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, one is going to Lauren, Napoleon Dynamite, Dead to Rights Reckoning, Loco Roco, some PS3 titles, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction, The Testament of Sherlock Holmes, which is an Atlas title, and finally Silent Hill Downpour. So I pulled all those, and then I also started cherry-picking some DS titles and some loose PSP games, and I believe there was about 30 games in total, so $1 a piece. Alright, so what we have here are pickups from various places like Craigslist, OfferUp, eBay, and some thrift stores. So let's start off with this. This is the Bully Collector's Edition for the PS2. Comes in a huge box, and the front of the box opens up like a locker door, and there's a little space to hold the game. This whole top part of the box comes off, and then inside there's a dodgeball, which is deflated, a comic book, plus a Rockstar Games sticker. So I was looking for one of these on eBay for a while, but I couldn't find one at a good price. So finally, I got an alert, and there was one listed at a really, really good price, so I pulled the trigger immediately. There were a few watchers on it, and it was a make-offer thing, but the price was decent enough for me to buy it. So very happy to get that. Plus, he also included the outer slipcover. Now, this was not mentioned in the ad at all, so when I unboxed it and discovered that he also included that, I was very happy because I love having things as complete as possible. So pretty good pickup from eBay. Next up, we've got these 2 items that were from OfferUp. So this guy had this Mega Man 1 cart listed at $40. I messaged him and said, hey, what's the lowest you take on it? And he said, the lowest I take is 30, and I'll also throw that in for free. So I got both of these for $30. Next up, this is the EA Strategy Collection, and I got it from a Goodwill, and I paid $5 for it. This game I can sell on Amazon for about $38 to $45. So this is going to be a flipper, but I wanted to show this in the video to let you guys know that you don't necessarily have to find console games to flip. You can also find PC games to flip as well to recoup from whatever you spent. These two games I got from Entertainmart, $10 a piece. This one I picked up for a friend who I thought needed it, but he did not, so that's available for trade. So I'll contact some other people to see if they need that. Now this I'm keeping. This is Curse: The Eye of Isis. Looks like a pretty good survival horror game. It's very obscure and uncommon from what I've heard. It's not very expensive. I think it's worth like $16, but it looks like a fun game, so I picked it up. These two Final Fantasy games I got from Craigslist. Got both of these for $15. It's Final Fantasy Tactics A2 and Final Fantasy IV. This Codebreaker I picked up from eBay, and I believe it's still sealed. It is still factory sealed. Somebody mentioned on a YouTube video that I'm missing a Codebreaker or a few Codebreaker, discs for the PS2 set. I don't really count these because these are not technically like games made, for the US set. But I got it anyways because this was really cheap, so I picked it up anyways just to have a Codebreaker in the PS2 set. Picked up Vanark for the PS1. This looks like an interesting game. Somebody mentioned it in the Facebook channel, and I looked it up on YouTube, and the gameplay looks similar to Star Fox, so I immediately got, had interest in it, and once I found one at a good price on eBay, pulled the trigger. Can't wait to try this out. It's kind of like a front-facing shooter, kind of like Star Fox, and then you attack things going towards you. So it looks very, very interesting, and I can't wait to try it out. So that is pretty much it. Next up, we have a $100 offer-up bundle. It's the new 3DS XL. It's a black one, and it came with Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 7. He also threw in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Now, unfortunately, the box doesn't have all the insides, like the cardboard liner and the manuals and whatnot, and the AR cards, but still, for $100, can't really complain. Alright, so this is the rest of the pickups for this video. What you have here are things that I cherry-picked out of various lots that I picked up from either the flea market or deals that I made on Craigslist and OfferUp and Garage Sale. So if you guys want to see like everything that was included in all these lots before I pulled, the games that I wanted to keep, stay tuned after the video. I did this last video where I just did still pictures against some background music, and it kind of showed some text, letting you guys know how much I paid for it and whatnot. Everybody seemed to like that format instead of just having me, drag on the video by talking about every single thing that you guys have seen 10 million times in my other pickup videos. So if you guys want to see everything, once again, just stay tuned to the end of the video, and then there'll be a montage of pictures, of everything that was included in the lots before I pulled everything out. So let's get started. All right, so picked this up from a Goodwill for $1.99. This is Shrek Treasure Hunt. I picked up a PSP lot from a woman downtown close to where I worked. It was a PSP Slim with a bunch of games, and these are the ones I kept. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes and Tokobot. And they're both complete. Okay, so a local store in town called Entertainmart. I always go there because the employees there know me. They let me go in the back and check out the games that they haven't put out on the shelves yet, because they have a certain rotation of how they do things. So a lot of stuff just stacks up in the back until when it's time to push them out on the floor. So I usually asked if I can see some stuff back there, and they're really cool about it. So the last trip I went there, I found Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, and look at that price, $15. This is like a $50 title, so I'm glad to regain this one. This is one of the games that I sold last year. Also, I've already peeled the price tags off of this, but this is Saints Row 2 Collector's Edition, and it is complete. Comes with the the cool little embossed tin can. It comes with the game, the exclusive art book. It's a double-sided poster, the money clip, and the USB bullet. So it's 100% complete. This is like a I want to say $25 to $30 title, as far as just a collector's edition is concerned. But $9.99 for that. All right, next up, let's cover some flea market pickups. There was a seller there that was selling a bunch of stuff, you know, really cheap, and there was a bunch of other things too. But I'm just going to show you the stuff that I'm actually keeping. So this is Bomberman for the Game Boy Advance, and this was $1. These are mostly all $1 except for this game, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This was $5. The rest were just $1 a piece. So we got Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that's complete. Captain America and the Avengers for the Sega Genesis. This is complete. Bram Stoker's Dracula, and this is also complete. Got Altered Beast. This is not complete. It's missing the manual. Spider-Man and X-Men for the Sega Genesis, and this is missing the manual. We got Wolverine Adamantium Rage. This is complete, and I think this is a pretty up-there title. We got X-Men, and it is not complete, but I already have this complete. But I'm going to hoard that second one, or use it as trade bait. And then finally, Shaun White's Snowboarding for the PSP. So there was a bunch of other things that I picked up from him and a few other sellers, but again, you'll have to wait till after the video to see those. All right, next up, we've got some pawn shop pickups. A pawn shop in town called Falcon Pawn. They always hook it up every time I go there, so they had stacks of PS2 games, Xbox 360 games and whatnot, so I just bought a whole bunch. I think it was like $24 and something cents for games, and this is what I kept. So we have Zathura, and this is a Movie Pass cover variant, and this is complete. It's got the manual and everything, just no movie ticket. So, but the cover itself is a variant. That was $1.50. These were $3 a piece, and this is Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, the combo pack, and Viva Pinata Party Animals. And then finally, I picked this up for $10. This is DuckTales for the NES. So I bought like 2 big Wii lots this past week. Really surprised to see people just dumping all their Wii stuff. I guess a lot of people want to upgrade to the Wii-U and whatnot. So out of one lot, I was able to keep Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles, Super Mario Galaxy, the Nintendo Selects Edition, and Mario Kart Wii. I mean, there was a stack of games in this lot, so I pretty much just sold off the rest and the system and kept that. It kept those games. Also a pink Wiimote with the Motion Plus, a nunchuck, and all the instruction guides and whatnot for the system. So that came out of one lot. There was another lot that I picked up that had like 30, I want to say it was like, no, not, that one had like 32 games included with it. This one had, I don't know, like 20-ish games or something, or I can't remember. But I paid $100 for everything. It was off of Craigslist. I had to go pick it up at the guy's house because he worked with me, you know, on such a great deal for everything. But anyways, here's the titles that I'm keeping. We got Pirate Blast, Wii Sports with a custom cover that he made, Wii Party, and these are all complete. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Mario Power Tennis, Mario Strikers Charged, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Play Motion, and Donkey Kong Returns. He also had some GameCube titles in there as well. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, and finally Mario Power Tennis. So $100 for everything that was in that lot, and you can see pictures of that after the video as well. All right. So I picked up a $250 Nintendo 64 lot off of Craigslist, off of OfferUp, and it also came with a ton of games, and I kept Mario Kart 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Bomberman Hero. So very happy. It was $250, but when you see, you know, with Conker's in there, plus when you see the other games, if you guys choose to watch the stills after the video, you'll see that it was worth the $250. All right, these are $1 piece manuals I got from the flea market. It's Silent Hill Origins, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, Animal Crossing's Wild World, Metroid Prime, Silent Hill Homecoming, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Kingdom Hearts, and finally Final Fantasy Anthology. Can't pass up $1 manuals. I mean, these are some of these I have already, and some of these I'm probably gonna, see if any of my friends want any. But $1 a piece for those. Flea market, it was kind of dead today, cold. There was a seller there that I bought all the Sega Genesis complete, some were complete, some were not complete for $1 each. I left him my number, so he texted me saying he has some more cartridges, but they were loose, no cases, and he wants the same amount of money for them though. He wanted $1 a piece, so I was like, yeah, sure. So I met up with him in that section and bought these from him. All right, sorry about that. One of them tried to get away. So this one's Twin Cobra. We got Gunstar Heroes, the Sega Genesis 6-pack, Sonic Classics, Streets of Rage 2, Primal Rage, X-Men 2, and Comic Zone. I picked this up for $3, and I already have a Vectrex, but it was interesting to see the Vectrex controller that kind of like, pops down from the screen. I have it back behind this camera. But $3 for this. I asked him, I said, hey, do you have the system? It's like a little TV-looking system. He said, no, this was just in a plastic bag that was with this Texas Instruments, was it a TI? It was a home computer. I'm not sure what model. But this was in a baggie in there, and I said, this doesn't go with that Texas Instruments system, so can you sell it separately? And he was like, yeah, sure, just give me $3. So $3 for that. All right, last item. This I got from Retro Rat. So he was at a store, and he said, hey, I just bought this. Are you interested in it? And I was like, yeah, sure. How much? And he was like, okay, is $200 plus shipping fair? And I was like, yeah, sure. So it's a PlayStation sign. As you can see here, it's broken. It got damaged during shipping. So, I mean, this section lights up. This section does not. I'll have to take it into a shop. I got quoted like $40 to fix this one little section here so that it'll all work again. But I paid $200 plus $70 shipping for this. And then, so my buddy Chris took it to the UPS store. And when he took it to the UPS store, he had him pack it and everything because he didn't feel comfortable packing it himself. So once he got it all packed and shipped, it came to me damaged. So I filed a claim with UPS, and I think it took like almost a month. And they finally cut me a check for $378 or $376, I can't remember. So I basically got the sign for free, made money, and I'm going to get it repaired for $40. So $270 for the sign, and then less. So I'll make like, I don't know, $40, $50-ish on top after I get it repaired. So that was a pretty good deal. I'm glad he insured it because when I got it, I was heartbroken. So now that there was some compensation involved with it, and I'll be able to fix it for like $40 and make a little bit of money on top of that for my troubles. I'm okay with that. I was looking at this game that fell on the floor when all that Sega Genesis stuff fell. One of the games that I forgot to cover was Stargate. So that was also $1. That fell on the floor here when I spilled all the carts all over the place. Alright, so that's all the pickups that I got for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button if you want to see more. Other than that, until next time, happy hunting and peace.